Hey guys, Zelonius here. Welcome to another video on the channel. In this video today, we are going to be looking at, in my opinion, the 23 best players on FIFA 23. Now, I've tried my best to not make it mostly attackers. There is going to be more attackers than other positions, but there's a keeper in here, some midfielders, and some defenders as well. Obviously, it's very hard to rate players comparably across positions, but I've tried to base it on who I think are the best in their positions and how important they are. I do think attackers are always going to hold a bit more weight. They're more expensive. They mean more. It's harder to be a top tier attacker on this game than a keeper or defender. You need more stats basically. Obviously, it's an opinion at the end of the day. I've used nearly every card in this video. I've used a lot of the top tier players. If you disagree with my opinion, feel free to say so. Let me know what you think about how I've done this video and if you like it. Anyway, without further ado, Osimhen, he is coming in at number 23. It's going to be hard to put him much higher. If he had 5-star skills, he'd probably go a fair bit higher. He's crazy fast, great physicals, ridiculous shot, 5-star weak foot. Pretty good on the ball. He's not insane on the ball in game, but he's pretty good. And his passing's a bit lower than a lot of the other players. But shooting, pace, physical, three of them really key things he's insane at. And he has a great weak foot. If he had 5-star skills, I'd put him a bit higher. But yeah, great card. Kvaratskhelia, his Napoli teammate, definitely does have the physicals of Osimhen, but much better on the ball. And 5-5. I don't think he's as insane on the ball as his stats suggest compared to some cards, but it's a great card. Coming in at 21, Tony Kroos, a 5-5 midfielder. I don't think he has the body type or physical imposing presence of some of the other players higher up the list, especially in his position, but it's a really, really good card that is very well rounded. 20, Ousmane Dembele. I feel like he's just better on the ball than Kvaratskhelia in game. 5-5. He's just glitchy in game, Ousmane. I don't think, compared to some of the other cards, he actually feels as good like his shot technical as some of the other ones, but it's a ridiculous card still. 19, Jarzinho. Just feels really good physically in game. He doesn't have the stats of Dembele, but I do think he plays a bit better. I think we're on 18 now. Varane. Really, really good body type in game for a centre-back. His pace split, whilst good, isn't really, really good. He's got much worse ability on the ball than some of the higher defenders, but in terms of what you want from a defender, the big body type, fast, great defense stats, Varane has all that. 17, we've got Eusebio. Can't really explain why, but if you use Eusebio, he just feels so clinical. Doesn't have the physical, like basically bullshit ability that some of the other attackers do, but he's about as clinical as it gets. I'm losing track. I don't know if this is 16 or not, but Maldini, he basically just has that AI on lock. He's not as physically imposing as Varane, but he's just insane in general. 15 is Nigel de Jong. I don't think he'll be on FIFA anytime soon. Frankie de Jong, 4-5. Bit small compared to some cards. He'd be a brilliant centre-back or CDM though. Ridiculous in every way, basically. I think the centre-back his issue is a little small, and as a CDM, 5-star skills is far from essential, but he doesn't have a very good shot for one of the very, very best players in the game, but it's a great card. 14, we're going Socrates. Socrates doesn't feel amazing in game on ball, even though he's got very, very good stats. You could put an engine on him, to be fair, but it's one of the best midfielders in the game. Any card whatsoever that's made this video is an insane card. 5-star weak, 4-star skills, 6-4. I feel like Hullet just does feel better in game, but this card's brilliant. 13 is Vinny. Ridiculously good, just doesn't have the physical presence or crazy, crazy shot that some of the top guys have. 12 is Van der Sar. I think he's the best keeper in the game. When I've not used him loads, I've used him, but it's generally when I play against him, he's just insane and makes more ridiculous saves than anyone else, so I'm putting him there. 11 is Neymar. For me, the best player in the game on the ball, which is a big thing. And he actually does feel like he has quite a powerful shot. I don't really know why. He's glitchy. Maybe he could have been higher, but at this point, it's very, very hard to like the gap between Neymar in 11th and like 15th or 7th. It's not that big. Zidane, a 5-5 midfielder who has basically everything. Maybe Zidane's one that could have gone lower, but I love Zidane on the game. I think he is about as good as it gets as a midfielder going forward. I think he is the best midfielder in the game going forward. I just think he's so good on the game, the way he plays. He just doesn't have the physical or defending stats of some of the higher guys. Van Dijk, he's basically what Vieira, like a ridiculous Vieira, could be. Crazy quick, can't shoot, but like this guy, if you could fit him in at centre back, would be up there for best centre back in the game. 98 defending, 99 strength, ridiculous in the air. I just think Van Dijk has that like crazy physical presence on FIFA that's very hard to replicate. Not many players have it. Like Socrates is tall, but he doesn't have the presence of like a Vieira, Hullet, or Van Dijk. I think 11, 10, 9, 8. Hakimi, people might think he was right back this high. I just think for his position, he's insane. And considering this card came out in January, I still think he's the best fullback in the game. There's a lot of brilliant fullbacks, but I think this Hakimi is the best one in the game. 7, people might be thinking Hullet should be higher. I just think Hullet isn't as good on the ball as some of the more ridiculous cards, but he has pretty much everything else. 6, Mbappe. If Mbappe had 5 stars weak foot, he'd be right in the debate for best player in the game. 6 is still crazy, especially for a card that has a 4-star weak foot attack. Mbappe has his own animations. He's ridiculously fast, great on the ball, ridiculous shot. I just think the lack of 5-star weak foot holds him back from some of the others. 5 is De Ligt. De Ligt is my number 1 centre-back on FIFA. I think he's the best centre-back in the game. He's a little slow on the acceleration compared to some of the other centre-backs, but I still think his physical presence, big body build, good passing, really good on the ball, ability to turn. I think he has absolutely everything. He's my favourite centre-back I've used. 4 is Jude Bellingham. I was tempted to put Bellingham second or third. I think Bellingham is insane. Has absolutely everything. One of the best midfielders we've ever seen on a FIFA. And we get to our top 3. Thierry Henry. The main difference that I'm going to have with Thierry Henry compared to the next 2 is he doesn't even have the ability on the ball or physical in game, in my opinion, compared to these, in terms of what I know from Henry. I have not used this Thierry Henry, I'll be honest. He's been out a few days and he costs over 10 million coins. So I've not been able to try it. So this Henry maybe I might prefer, but I've used the next 2. This Henry, ridiculous though, and right up there for best player in the game, in my opinion. Number 2, we've got Pele. I did use him. Thought he was ridiculous, but all Peles are. I just don't think he has the physical presence that the number 1 has, but Pele, crazy in game, has absolutely everything. And then number 1 is R9. R9, R9's one of those players that when you play against him, any version of him, you were probably going to concede a couple of goals where you're just like, I don't really know what I did wrong there. This R9, as crazy as ever, makes weekend leagues easy. I've used him in a couple of weekend leagues and it was just too easy. Like this R9 just gets, like you can literally do bad play consistently with R9, make stupid moves in attack and score lots of goals. Like this R9 is ridiculous. And probably for a long time, unless something drastic change on FIFA, will be the best player in the game. So, go through the list as I'm talking. I think it's very hard to do these lists properly. I think like if I was to do like a proper scale where I was like, I don't even know, but like rate loads of different areas out of 10, maybe that could make a difference. But hopefully you've enjoyed this video. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know in the comments what you think. Appreciate you guys as always. Keep it spicy. See you guys next one. Peace.